the South African Wrestling Observer, and you're tuned in to the Loudmouth Appreciation Society presents Off the Top Rope.
Is it's not the best event. It's not the best event of the year, but
Definitely not.
it's by far and away not the worst.
Yeah, it's watchable. And if something is watchable in this day and age, it deserves a lot of credit.
There we go. Right, now we go on to the second part. The second one, Money in the Bank, which was
I've got a lot.
which
I've
was
got a
far
lot to talk about here.
which was far better than I anticipated, barring one match. Barring one match.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. What was your hot take about Money in the Bank?
Theory should have stayed at the back.
Sorry?
Theory should have stayed at the back.
Wow.
Should have stayed in gorilla position. He should have never been entered into that match.
Who would you have
That is. Did it need anyone else though? Is my question.
All right. Let's hear it. Why are you hating on Austin Theory?
Let me tell you, right? And again, I had a hot argument after watching it with the boys, and my frustration, right, is yes, he's a heel, and what they did to put him in like that was the most heelish thing they could have done on that night. But I don't know, I'm someone who appreciates story in their wrestling. I'm someone who appreciates story, especially when it's coming so few and far between, like it is now. And so I made a video on the Stomp account saying, why don't you just make him cheat to get into that position? And I think what we saw was the purest form of cheating. That's fine, I get that. But put him in a match against Akira Tozawa to make him qualify.
Right.
You know, put him in a match against Akira Tozawa with Tozawa's hands tied behind his back.
Right. Okay.
You know,
okay. I get you.
Put him in the battle royal. Put him in the battle royal. Have him thrown over by Omos. Then have Adam Pearce come and say, no, the decision is overruled. Austin is still in the match. You know, just give me something to hate him for before he gets into that match.
Right. Right.
Alternatively, because everyone's watched it now, we know he's the Mr. Money in the Bank. Let Sami Zayn win, right? Listen.
Okay.
Let Sami. And on the next night of SmackDown, or immediately after Raw, immediately after the pay-per-view on Raw, have Adam Pearce or Vince McMahon himself, because he's on TV a lot these days, have Mr. McMahon come out and say that Sami Zayn has to put the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line against Theory and have him win like that.
Okay. Okay.
You know, just give me something to wrap my head around. You know, when you that's why I don't like chicken wings. There's no meat in chicken wings.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
That's why I prefer a chicken breast, because there's a lot of meat to put my teeth into. And I feel like that's what lacked in the decision making for Theory to win the decision itself. I'm still looking forward to seeing how it plays out.
Right.
But you need to start the car before you put it on the racetrack. And I feel like they just put it on the racetrack. So that's my gripe.
Okay. All right. Now I've thought about it.
Yeah.
With the previous Raw being a celebration of Cena and Theory goading and going after John Cena, having Theory win Money in the Bank actually makes sense, because now you can set up a winner takes all type of match at SummerSlam between Cena and Theory.
Who's
Now I
going
can go
over?
two ways. Okay.
Hmm.
Winner takes all at SummerSlam. Theory cashes in a la Cody Rhodes, not Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, steals the belt. Sets up a match because now Theory has cheated against John Cena, retained Money in the Bank, steals the title away there, sets it up for Survivor Series. John Cena wins his championship, takes over Flair. Alternatively, Theory loses against John Cena. John Cena grabs Money in the Bank. End of the show, Roman versus Brock Lesnar. John Cena tries and cashes in because John Cena has failed with the cash in. Have Theory
Yeah.
interfere. John Cena doesn't cash in again. Sets up Hell in a Cell Survivor Series.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I see it. I see it.
You see it. So the
I
decision itself, has merit. Maybe the way they went about it was not good because he lost to Bobby Lashley, and then
and
automatically inserted into the match. I get that. But
yeah.
if God, I can't believe I'm going to say this, if WWE gets their storytelling correct, oh boy, they could probably do something good with it. Um, trust him as far as I can pick him up and throw him. But yeah,
Yeah. WWE.
if you do it well, you can do it well. If you get what I'm saying.
I think what not only Money in the Bank, but what the four past pay-per-views, that being WrestleMania, WrestleMania Backlash, Hell in a Cell, and Money in the Bank, has shown
Yeah.
us that if they take booking seriously, then WWE can do wonders.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
WWE has the potential to do wonders for every pay-per-view, and I could even push it further and say every weekly show, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because they have not only the talent but the brain behind it. And
Right.
so, with that being said, back to Mr. Theory himself, they need to be very careful. They need to
Yeah.
be very careful, and I say this because nobody wants a Drew McIntyre 2007 run
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm-hmm.
he put in all these positions that he's not ready for, and the next thing he's playing air guitar. You get me?
Right. I get. I
Another
get
thing
what you're
that they
saying.
can't do. Another thing that they can't do is make Theory lose the Money in the Bank briefcase or fail the cash in, because then the project just goes to the sewers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was on a high with that United States Championship, and they shoved him down our throats, and now they're putting him in the world title picture. And if he flops there,
Yeah.
then it's a problem.
Now,
Then it's a problem.
I just want to go back just 1 second. I'm going to stop this video now because we've gone an hour. So I just want to stop, resend an invite, and I want to carry on with this. I've actually got a very important a question I want to ask you. So just give me a minute here. Okay, I don't know what happened to the camera. Maybe there's load shedding. I don't know. We carry on. Okay. Um,
We move.
the question I want to ask is because of Vince's wishy-washy. Um, how can I put this? He tends to play around um, with some of his pets, like Drew McIntyre. You mentioned Drew McIntyre 2007. Do you think that because of Austin's personality, he kind of transcends that a little bit, or do you think he more than anybody, because he has that obnoxious um, Miz type of heat that Miz had in the beginning of his career, that he would fall into the 3MB trap and, he'd get sick of, and we'd hear by the end of the year he's been future endeavored.
Listen, Theory Theory has got it.
Yeah.
Theory is undoubtedly the future. If he sticks around that long, he's definitely going to be a top player in the company.
Right.
He's good looking, firstly. He's well built, and he's good in the ring. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
he's got everything. He's got every. So I feel like, as much as I fear, because like I said, he's being pushed too far, too hard, too fast. Um, I it's just a general fear that I have,
Right.
and that's a fear for every young wrestler who who steps into Vince's company. You know,
Right.
like Gable Steveson. I have that fear for him, and he's not even in the company yet
Yeah.
competing.
Yeah.
I have that fear for him. So, to answer your question, I digress. To answer your question, I think Theory is safe. I don't think we'll see a Drew McIntyre repeat through
Hmm.
Theory. I think if he plays his cards right, and like you're saying, Vince and his pets, if he's a
Yeah.
good pet, he's going to be great. He's going to, as opposed to having a Drew McIntyre career, I think he's more than ready and more than capable to have
Hmm.
a Miz type career, the Miz type
Right.
career.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I see him doing. Just he needs
Good.
to play his cards right and keep the old man happy.
Right.
I think that's all it.
On on a caveat of that, um, the transformation of Walter, of Gunter, from that big doughy guy to what you see now, the Intercontinental Champion. Apparently, Vince had a meeting with him and said to him,
Okay,
"Listen, yeah, we want you to lose a bit of weight. We want to change your name. We want to see how it goes." And
okay.
Walter said, "All right, I'll change the name. I'll lose the weight and everything like this." And um, because he's done all that, he's been rewarded, you know, with the Intercontinental Championship. Do you think Theory's in that position where Vince said, "Hey, listen here, be as annoying as you can. We're going to give you this gimmick. Be as annoying as you can. We know you can wrestle. We know you can promo and all of that stuff. Be annoying as you can. And if you listen to us, you're going to get the rewards. So this is what you want to do. This is what we want you to do. Go ahead and do it. If you do it properly, this is what's going to happen." I think it's
Definitely.
more of
Most
that situation than,
of the time. Yeah,
a Drew McIntyre 2007
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. And that's why I said what I said, that I don't see his career going that way. Well, I hope for the life of me that it doesn't. But I I think it works both ways. If you disrespect Vince, you're either getting future endeavored or you're getting a gimmick that is trash. You
Right,
know?
right.
And so I really believe that obviously, nothing happens without Vince's approval or disapproval.
Mm,
And I, you see, that's something I really wish. Like if I was a wrestling observer, like I call myself, then I'd be in those meetings,
sure.
hearing what is actually being said to these superstars. Because I think Theory is Theory is walking a tightrope, but the tightrope has a lot of space. So
Sure.
he's free. He's
Yeah.
very free. He's like the Miz. He's like the Rock. He's like people who have been told this is the direction, but do it to the best of your ability, you know. And I
Yeah.
feel like Theory, MJF, the Miz, they're they're putting on the character they have when they off or out of the boots,
Mhm,
if I'm making
mhm.
sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's who they are. So it's not even that difficult, you know.
Right,
The
right.
loudmouth. You're a loudmouth when you're live on TikTok. You're a loudmouth in the ring. That's who you are. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Get
I
you.
think Theory is one of the very fortunate people to be put in that position where they say, "This is what we expect, but have fun with it."
Right. Okay.
And yeah, I think that's where he is right now.
All right. Which match on the card surprised you in a good way?
Mm. There's a few actually,
All right. Okay.
but if I was to choose one because I totally didn't expect it, and I mean I should have known because they have such great chemistry and they're friends in real life and whatever the story. But Natalia and Ronda Rousey,
Okay.
I think Natalia is a veteran,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's difficult for her to have a bad match,
Right. Right.
right? But when you put Natalia and Ronda in the same ring and you tell them to make magic, I think they'll give you. I mean, in my head, I thought they'd give you uh 3.5 stars at best.
Right.
But they were pushing for that five, eh?
Yeah.
They were really
Yeah.
pushing for that five, and I think again storytelling, knowing where the story starts, and this is why it pays off to be a wrestling fan and
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
just watching the program and it suits you because you already know the background,
Yeah.
you already know the story, you've listened to the promos, and it culminates in a match like they gave us. And it's crazy how I didn't think that match would be as good as it was, but now I'd like to see them go at it again,
Sure.
type of thing.
Sure.
So for me, for that reason alone, actually, that I didn't think I'd want to see a rematch, but now after seeing them wrestle, I really want to see them go at it again.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
just that's the match that surprised me in a good way.
Okay. The one I think it surprised me in a good way because I didn't expect them to go to a different level was the tag team
Okay.
match between the Usos and the Street Profits. Because like
Oh,
like the Usos and the New Day, every time they wrestled, they added something different and it elevated the matches in a different
yes,
way.
sir.
And as much as I want to bemoan the Usos for those stupid freaking super kicks and things like that, they they are starting to pull good matches out of a lot of tag teams, and
Sure.
it's a testament to how they work and how the system works that they're able to have that longevity. And you can say, okay, they had excellent matches with the New Day. They've had excellent matches with the Street Profits. They've had excellent matches with when Kofi Kingston was tag team with Airborne. What's his name? Matt Bourne.
Mm-hmm.
That they could
Evan
have good
Bourne.
matches in the and they had memorable
Yeah.
Evan Bourne. Sorry, they can have memorable matches with that, and you remember those matches. And now it's
Yeah.
with different, and the Viking Raiders are coming back now because both of them are fit again. So it's looking at those things and thinking, man, this tag team and the Usos. It's this tag team and the Usos. And that surprised me in a good way because I didn't think they'd be able to elevate themselves in a different way.
Yeah. And I
So,
think if you had asked me what my favorite match was, that would definitely be it. That would definitely be it. And
okay.
I think, like you're saying, to your point, that it's very rare to see new things in a match you've seen probably more than 5 times, probably more than 6 times.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
very difficult. And I think on the booking point as well, on the booking, because there's not much that we haven't already seen in wrestling, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But for superstars like the Usos and like you're saying, any other tag team in the world, they can go so many times and you still want to watch it. And I feel like the way the Usos are moving, that's a very bad word. But the way they're moving recently,
Yeah.
they their in-ring work is, I mean, we always knew they were the talented twins. That's fine. That nobody's ever taken that away from them. But now recently, just their focus, their trash talk during the matches,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like we're seeing different Usos. It's the same Usos, but very different Usos. And I think it's just working wonders. And I think it contributes
Yeah.
to the fact that they can have a good match with any tag team under the sun.
Yeah. Is that okay, let me rephrase it. Do you think they're as close to their final form as Roman Reigns is? Because Roman Reigns is as close to his Super Saiyan form as he can get. Do you think the Usos are that close? Because I think they're close. I just don't think they're that close.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of trial and error with the Usos. And I think that now what they're doing now is the beginning. They're close. They're very close, but there's still more that they can do. There's still more they're going to do. With Roman has always been the big bad guy. And it needed a few elements, you know.
Sure.
It needed a new theme song. It needed Paul Heyman. It needed a big title for him to get to where he is, and now he's there.
Yeah.
The Usos, you could argue they've done everything because they have, but they're still not Mount Rushmore-esque, you know.
I get you.
The fact that people are saying Roman is probably the best heel of our generation, and they're saying the Usos are one of the best tag teams in the world. I think pick out of that, and it's going to be very difficult because they're doing everything that they can, you know. But us as wrestling fans, we always want to see more. And because of me wanting to see more, I think they're not there yet. But they're getting there. Like they're very close.
All right. Let's talk about the moment that made me exceptionally happy at Money in the Bank.
I hope it's the same moment that I have in mind.
Oh man.
Oh man.
My head was going for Raquel Gonzalez, Raquel Rodriguez now, but because she was the powerhouse and things like that, and Becky didn't need the rub, Asuka didn't need the rub, you know, Alexa's time is coming again soon, but man, for Liv to win money, for Liv to win Money in the Bank, for me, man, those Onion Ninjas were out. I loved it.
Yeah.
Come on, you mean to tell me you mean to tell me you didn't get a lump in your throat and everything like that when she's holding that briefcase like that and she's just giving it horns? No, we seem to have frozen. That's a pity. Yeah, we've dropped off. That's a shame though. Let's see if we can get back. What happened there, bro?
I have no idea. You just started lagging, then I got kicked out.
Well, you're back. So
yeah, no, you're also good.
Yeah. So
the last thing I heard was the moment that made you the most excited.
All right. Those Onion Ninjas came to visit me in a big way with Liv. Oh, we're still not vibing. Can you hear me? Oh, now we're having a break in transmission. Are you still there? Pete, are you there?
Am I lagging?
No. We seem to be back on track now. All right. So talk to us about your feelings about Liv winning Money in the Bank.
It's about damn time.
Here we go. Thinking exactly the same thing.
It's about damn time. I think she deserves it, and that's used around a lot these days. You deserve it. no, Liv deserves it, and I feel it's overdue, but there's no better time than now. You
That's
know,
it.
I'm just happy that she's in the position that she is in, and I really hope she has a long and prosperous title run. I don't want her to drop it in the next 2 months.
Yeah, yeah. The one criticism that's been bandied about that I noticed is the women's briefcase, more specifically the women's briefcase than the men's. Um,
It's cashed in too quickly.
that's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah,
In this case, I don't think it was a bad move.
definitely not.
I don't think it
Definitely
was a
not.
bad
I
move.
agree. I agree because what more could Ronda have done with the title? You know,
Yeah,
how many more how many more defenses would she have had and with who? And you were saying Raquel Rodriguez, if you were in a position where you wanted Ronda to drop the title, but you didn't want her to lose, I think having Gonzalo, Raquel
yeah,
Rodriguez
yeah.
beating her up so badly that she can't stand and having Liv cash in, that would be fine. But you can't get too far with and I'm going to get so much hate for this. I really hope you don't have Ronda Rousey fanboys and fangirls on your YouTube account. But
um,
you can only get too far with the stale champion.
there we go. There we go.
Ronda
Now,
is, oh my goodness. Let me leave it there.
since Ronda's come back, she really has been the pits.
She has.
She really has been the pits. But
She
in
has.
saying that, SmackDown is light on heels, on lady heels.
Mm,
And I think
mhm.
with this, okay, it hurt a bit, the hug. Ronda should have maybe have pulled a Charlotte and dropped the title and just walked off. You know, I think the hug hurt
Yeah,
that moment a little bit. But
yeah.
if you can get Ronda to turn heel and just beat the living crap out of Liv
Yeah.
for weeks and weeks and weeks, and when they finally get to each other at SummerSlam, you know, you have Ronda just beat the hell out of Liv, and Liv just keeps coming back and back and back, and eventually Liv scores the pin.
Solidifies her as the champion. Yeah.
That's it. You give her that
Solidifies it.
plucky underdog story because
Yeah.
she's smaller than the other girls and she's younger than the other girls. But man, you just put roadblock and roadblock and roadblock and roadblock in front of her, and you give her a good 6 months of just beating the you know, just beating these bigger, stronger people. Give her Ronda, give her Shayna Baszler, give
We
her
haven't had
Oscar,
I,
and then maybe put it, you know, maybe give her Raquel, um, and then get it to the point because Charlotte needs to come back as well.
yeah.
God, please don't let
Bailey
her
needs to
drop the
come back
title
as
to
well.
Charlotte because that would piss me off
Oh my
entirely.
goodness. Oh my
That would
goodness.
piss me
Oh
off
my goodness.
entirely.
Don't even think about it.
But
Don't even think about it.
but get her to that point where Charlotte does come back and Charlotte wants her title back, and put Charlotte in her way, and then
Mm.
let Liv just beat Charlotte, just beat Charlotte, just beat Charlotte. Give her,
I think
um, an Iron Man match or an I Quit match or stack the deck in Liv's in the opponent's favor and let Liv just beat them, plucky underdog, all the things like that. Man, you can give her a good 6, 7, 8 months,
on
and
that
then
point,
and then let her lose the
we
title
have
to an Alexa or to or
a
to
Bailey.
back to a heel Ronda or something like that. It'll be cool, or even Bailey,
Yeah. We
and then
haven't
it'll be
had that
cool.
in a while, actually. I think the last
No,
time we had a storyline like that, we've never had it in the women's division. Let me be honest with that. But the last
exactly.
time we had something similar was Kofi Mania,
There we go.
you know? And that was how many years ago?
Yeah,
So I really feel I get your point. And I completely agree with it. Completely.
yeah, because Liv is three things that Charlotte, Ronda, Shayna, and Becky. Well, Becky to a lesser extent. We'll take Becky out. Then those three women are. She's relatable. Liv is relatable.
Mhm.
She's likable. And she's talented. And I think besides being relatable, I think this is Theory's main things that are going for him is that he's liked backstage and he's talented enough so that it doesn't become that red heat. It's still white heat, that he's still relatable. He's still relatable enough because people go, oh, he's so annoying, but he's actually good in the ring, and that'll offset the fact that people think of Theory as Sammy Guevara with a selfie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So back to the question at hand. Oh, and these popped off again. We are having connectivity issues the second time around. Huh. Is it you or is it me?
I have no idea. You see, at this point, I have no idea.
Well, we're almost done. There's 3 questions left. Right.
Okay. All right. Let's get back into it. Yeah.
Let's get back into it. All right. So the match that disappointed you for Money in the Bank. Which was the match that disappointed? Which was the match that seemed out of place?
Bianca versus Carmella. Definitely. I feel like it was a squash more than anything else, which is fine. I mean, if we're pushing Bianca to be who we believe she can be, then you need her to squash a few people along the way. But I mean, Carmella has potential, and she's proven that.
Yeah.
So give them time. Give them a good 10 minutes. Give them a good 15 maybe, if you're feeling generous. But don't bury Carmella like that. Especially because that's a pay-per-view where Carmella is known for. It's a pay-per-view where Carmella strives, and that's taking history and bring it into the present. That's completely different. But Money in the Bank and Carmella, she deserves a chance. She deserves time. And I feel like they didn't give that to them.
All right.
So, yeah, that for me was a bit out of place. You could have done that on Raw.
Sure.
And it would have had a better reception.
And then I know the answer to this one, but let's hear your favorite match on the pay-per-view. Favorite match on the pay-per-view? Oh man. Oh, we're almost done.
I'm so good right now.
We're almost done. I don't know. I don't even have my cell phone on or anything. I don't know. What was the most impressive match of Money in the Bank 2022?
You're lagging.
I know. And we're almost done. It's so annoying. Technology. You gotta love it. The first
part of it was so fine. I don't know what's happening now.
I don't know. Camera went. Signal's gone. I don't know. Anyway, well, we've got 2 questions left. Seriously, we've got 2 questions left.
That's fine. I am here all night. But
technology. All right. What was? Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. You're not lagging or anything. Your match of the night for Money in the Bank 2022.
Match of the night, Money in the Bank 2022. Who? Did I have one? No, I'm joking. I feel like I'm not going to answer your question. Well, I will answer your question, but the first part of my answer is not related to your question.
Okay.
the pay-per-view needed a world title match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what was missing on the pay-per-view. And I feel like now that we have a super duper mega champion in Roman, we're going to see that a lot, where a pay-per-view just needs a world title match to complete it. But that's neither here nor there. My
Right.
best match of the night was definitely Liv Morgan cashing in.
Okay.
And it was a short match. It ended in a roll-up. That's fine. But the moment,
Yeah. Yeah.
the moment, it's kind of like, and going back to Kofi Mania, you could take the last 10 seconds of that match against Daniel Bryan, and that would still be match of the night because
Sure.
of the moment. You
Right.
get me?
Right.
So having what I believe and what you alluded to being Liv's rise as the underdog, seeing that kick off in
Yeah.
that manner against Ronda Rousey, I think that has to be the best for me of the
Okay.
night. Definitely.
Okay. Now we know that the pay per view lacked because there was no world title match. You know that
Yeah.
big marquee match with the injury to Cody and a few other scenarios around. What match would you have added to make it a marquee match? Maybe a number one contenders match or something like that, or have besides the two Money in the Bank matches, have a specialty match that sets it
Yeah.
aside from anything else. Two competitors in a gimmick
Yeah.
match. What would you have done? Who would you put in that position?
Oh, why are you asking me difficult questions, loudmouth?
Because we ask
Uh,
difficult questions. Uncensored, uncut, raw, off the top rope. You know how it goes. You watch the format.
oh, oh man. Um, give me Gunter and oh give me Gunter and but he was in the Money in the Bank match. Oh, this is tougher than I thought it would be. Give me Gunter. I know I want Gunter in there. Give me Gunter and for the IC title,
Yeah.
um, Steel Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Gunter and so now I can't choose anyone who was on the match on the pay per view.
No. 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 No.
Oh, damn. Give me Gunter and KO Steel Cage Intercontinental.
Ooh. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Give me Gunter and KO.
I would have said,
I'm feeling that.
yeah. Yeah.
What would you have said, actually? That's the
Gunter and the
hard
Miz.
question. Ooh, okay.
Gunter and the Miz. Have the
Okay.
Miz have the
Okay.
Miz
I
come in
see.
there and cut a promo and just have Gunter just chop the crap out of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it
As
a
he
good.
does.
I agree with the cage match. Give it a good 20 minutes to breathe, and have Gunther and the Miz for the IC title.
Mm. Okay, I see it. I see
Ah,
it. I see the
here we
vision.
go. Right.
I see
So
the vision.
now begs the question:
Mm-hmm.
how long do you think Liv has got with that title, realistically?
Mm, mm. You just want me to hurt my own feelings, don't you?
I want you to cry, my man. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry twice.
Oh, oh. Um, She'll have dropped it by the Royal Rumble.
At the Royal Rumble or by the Royal Rumble?
By the Royal Rumble, she won't be champion.
Who would be
Let me
champion
see.
then?
That's the real question. If Vince wants me to stop watching his product, then he'll give it to Charlotte. But
he'll have me rioting right quick and in a hurry.
yeah. But if not Charlotte, Raquel.
Yeah, man, she's
Raquel.
got a big.
I feel like Ronda aside, Charlotte aside, there isn't anyone else on
Right.
SmackDown. At least the SmackDown that we watched recently, there isn't anyone else. So I think Survivor Series, she'll still have the strap. Thing is, I don't even know the order of these pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But
Extreme Rules is next.
Survivor Series is
I think either Extreme
SummerSlam
Rules or SummerSlam is next.
SummerSlam is next. She's definitely going to still be champ.
Right.
See, if you say Extreme Rules, then she'll probably have a gimmick match with someone. Yeah, but I think just to round it off in terms of time period, Royal Rumble, I don't think she's still going to have the strap.
Okay.
Which could mean that she wins the Royal Rumble, which would also be great. But yeah, I don't see her being champion by then.
I think they're going to keep the Rumble for Bayley.
I think so.
I think so.
Bayley and Cody.
Yeah.
Bayley and Cody.
There we go. All right. Well, there is a lot to digest after this week's coming up. Where can the people that follow Loudmouth Off the Top Rope, where can they find you?
They can find me on your lives. They can definitely find me on your TikTok lives, but on TikTok, I am sa.w.o. On Twitter, I am sa_w_o. On YouTube, I am sawo. I think it has dots as well. I don't know. Too many socials. But yes, sawo on all social media platforms except Facebook and Instagram. That's where you'll find me running around, creating content, speaking nonsense, and hanging out with cool people like the Loudmouth.
Oh, thank you very much. When's the merch? The merch is
coming. Let's push for 2K followers and we'll have a chat about it.
There we go. 100%. All right, my man. That is it. It was a marathon session, and all this technical stuff aside. Sorry?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying thank you for having me on the. I really didn't think you were serious about having me on here. I said this to you before we started interacting on TikTok, that Off the Top Rope is definitely one of the best things on YouTube locally. Wow. And highly, highly, highly underrated. And I really hope that with that doesn't come you feeling like you're not doing enough, because for the sport, for entertainment, and for the country, you're doing more than you need to.
Oh man, more than you need to. I appreciate that, man.
From someone who was inspired to not only start taking local wrestling seriously, but also inspired to add my 2 cents to South African wrestling and being a South African wrestling content creator. As someone who was inspired by you to do all those things, thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh, man, I appreciate that very much.
On behalf of all of us, thank you so much, Mr. Donovan. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
It's a fourth wall inside a fourth wall. It's 16 walls. Oh, man.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Please send us all the stuff for your social media stuff so that we can get it out there. We can let people know where to find you. Let's get you to those 2K to get you that merchandise and grow South African wrestling, man, because we got strong opinions on it and people need to hear it.
That's always the mission. Every day.
There we go. All right, from the South African Wrestling Observer and the Loudmouth, Loudmouth presents Off the Top Rope. Too sweet, uncensored, uncensored, uncut, and too sweet.